In this episode of Engineering Career TV, I'm going to answer a question from one of our listeners and give him some advice on whether or not he should transition or pivot in his engineering career. This is a really interesting question. An engineer faced with this desire of wanting to transition in his career, and in order to do so, a need for a graduate degree in another discipline. This topic was brought about by a question sent in from Mark, who is not currently an engineer. I'm currently considering transitioning careers. I'm currently a transportation planner working in federal funding, and I'm interested in attending graduate school for civil engineering. My primary concern with my current career is that relative scarcity of jobs local to me that wouldn't require a move. I would also enjoy a career where I could see the direct results of my work and work with clients rather than facilitating public involvement. Do you think this is a realistic transition? And do you know of other professionals who have made a similar transition? If so, what has made them successful? I'm 30, so I'm 6 years into my career, but not so far that I feel that I need to remain directly in urban planning because of those sunk costs. Any thoughts you have would be appreciated. I think in this situation, the idea of going from a transportation planner to a civil engineer and getting a master's in civil engineering could be a great idea. If you decide that you really want to get involved in civil engineering and that's where you want to go and the degree allows you to do that, then I think it makes sense. There's no doubt about it. However, there are a couple of things that I would ask you to consider. First of all, look at your transportation planning background, that education, plus a civil engineering graduate degree, and see what opportunities that combination would offer you. What are the potential jobs you can obtain? Do those markets look promising? Are there jobs of these types in your location because you mentioned that you don't want to relocate? These questions are important to consider before you spend the time, effort, and money. The second thing that I would think about doing if I was you is I would think about approaching civil engineering firms that have transportation work and explain to them your situation and say something like this. Listen, I have expertise in transportation planning, but I want to get into civil engineering. I would be interested in coming on with you while I make this transition, and I can provide transportation planning expertise to you while I make the transition. The reason you would want to do this is because then you could possibly convince a company to finance your graduate degree. So the benefit for that company is, listen, we've got this guy or girl who has expertise as a transportation planner. They aren't crazy about staying in the industry, but you know what? For now, we can use their expertise and maybe some of their consulting and transportation planning and support them into going into another role as a civil engineer, where their transportation planning expertise may still be of value to us. They'd be getting a hybrid civil engineer, and that could be very valuable to them. So I think you're heading in the right direction because you always want to move towards something that you want to do, and you are young enough to make that change. My only caution is that a degree is a huge time and money investment. Anytime that you make an investment like that, you want to make sure that you are doing it for a good reason and that you are going to be happy with it. And if you can get a company to subsidize it, it's less of a risk to you. And at the end of the day, you'll have a great graduate degree. I hope you found this episode of Engineering Career TV helpful. Remember, you can go to engineeringcareercoach.com/ask and submit your question. You can find all of the episodes categorized by topic at engineeringcareer.tv. If you would like to discuss issues like this and other engineering career goals and challenges, I recommend you join the Engineering Mastermind, an online support community we have created for engineers at theengineeringmastermind.com. For the price, you can't get more specific, targeted engineering career advice and assistance. The Engineering Mastermind is not about helping you survive as an engineer. It's about helping you thrive. This is Anthony Fasano, author of Engineer Your Own Success. Please subscribe to the show on YouTube or iTunes, and I'll see you next week.